Mine hit.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Mastermind here with Ohio Cannabis Live with another episode of 420 Live Ohio. Happy 420. Hope you're doing okay. And, we're going to get into the discussion today. We're going to talk about what I said we were going to talk about, which will be the OARRS report, which is the system that they use to track our purchases. So I'm gonna get into that, and I'm gonna find out a couple things first, like what's everybody medicating on for this 420 on a Friday. Um, Weather is not that bad. Seems like it might be still kind of hot. What's up? What's up, Robert? And you know, I think I'm gonna clean out my leftovers because I usually have like stuff left over, like crumbs and shake that I just don't use. So I'm gonna clear. This is gonna be a little bit of a mix here that I've got. It's not gonna be. I think what I had in here last was I don't remember. So I don't remember what this is. So this is maybe when I taste it, I'll be able to know. But maybe not because I haven't cleaned my packs today either. So yeah, I'm behind. I was trying to work on some new graphics for this the outro when the show's over. So I did something. Hey Tamiko, and it might be cool and it might look cheesy. You guys will tell me in the comments if the outro sucks, but it's very short. It's only like 10 seconds, and I'm thinking about uh, using something like this going forward. I did actually purchase another software last night to give me some better graphics. Of course, I love the weed leaves falling in the background, but eventually I'm gonna get bored with that and want to put something else cooler there. Also, as you notice in the background behind me, there's nothing back here, but soon there will be. So I'm building a display that will be behind me when I'm doing my videos. The shot will be widened out so you will actually see my desk like you used to in the old videos. So changes are coming. I'm hoping to have it done by Monday, but since I've been feeling like crap, that has slowed me down. But I was determined to be here today, and I'm gonna hang in there as long as I can because I know people get in here late sometimes, and Facebook and YouTube be playing with me on the notifications. So like right now, I don't see anyone from Facebook. But let's see if that's really accurate, because if you're on Facebook, send up a smoke signal, send out a like emoji or something. Oh, not ready yet. Let's see here. Still ain't green. Okay, I do want to remind everybody that the patient-only meeting is on August 29th. You do need to RSVP to that meeting. And the link to that information is currently in the description of the YouTube video. Yeah, I like that. Jump back and forth, testing, testing. Thank you, Robert. Because I was getting ready to go in here and be like, hello. But what I am going to go ahead and do for people is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post a link to the patient only meeting in our, so everybody can, register, because you need to RSVP so I can get your information. So, hey, what's up, James? Good to see you. We're going to be talking about the OARRS report here in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to make sure that people have the invite for the why my brain freeze for the patient only meeting. Right now, we only have a couple people on here, so I'm trying to make sure you guys get the right link. So bear with me a second while I do this. And I'm going to test it on somebody else first, like Robert. No, it didn't do anything like I wanted. It just sent me the it didn't work like I wanted to, man. Maybe we had to use the Wix app to do it. Yeah, if you haven't joined our app, check it out. We got an app for Ohio Cannabis Live. And like I said, if you want to join in on that, you certainly can. Okay, here we go, guys. Now I got it. So for Facebook, here comes the link for you guys that are on Facebook. All you need to do is just click the link and follow the instructions. It's pretty simple. And on the day of the meeting, you will receive a link to the meeting and the password, and you will be able to RSVP. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit thrown off. I see we got 3 watchers on there. So hi, 1, 2, 3, whoever you are watching it. Now I'm gonna also put that link in there for my YouTube viewers as well, so that you can see that link as well. So you can see that link as well. You wasn't supposed to hear that, but my headset must have went off. All right. So now, if you want to RSVP, all you have to do is click the link in the comment, and it will take you right there. So if you're watching this on the replay, the link will still work, and the link is also in the description of the YouTube video. I had to go back. I usually don't edit the descriptions on the Facebooks. Question for me. I love the Indica Northern Lights. Is there a difference between which one is the best between oil or flower? Sorry, off topic. No. We can talk a Northern Lights conversation whenever you want, Tamiko. I have experience trying the Northern Lights by Fireland Scientific in the flower form. It was low THC. It was only 15%. It was one of the first things I tried in the program. And currently I have in my possession the Northern Lights Aero Pro cartridge. And then I also have the 1937 Northern Lights cartridge. So is there a difference? I would say yes, because each cultivator or processor is using different methods to make their product. Grower A might be feeding their plant with certain things, and then grower B might be feeding his plants with something else. And then we get to the processing point. Each facility may have their own processing technique. They're all using the same similar equipment, but others may modify their settings to whatever they think is best for the best output of the oil when it's ultimately extracted and sent through either the CO2 extraction or the butane extraction. When I compare the 1937 oil Northern Lights to the Aero Pro Northern Lights, I can taste the difference. They do not taste the same. And I think the reason for that could be that the 1937 one actually has a little bit more CBD in it than the Aero Pro one, I believe. And then I also think there are other cannabinoids at play in the Northern Lights by 1937. I'm working with uh, the people that made the Aero Pros to get the terpene profile on some of those things as well, so that we can understand what terpenes are in there. Because I could tell you both of those pens stay next to my bed at night, so I go to sleep on some Northern Lights. Okay, that's the only way I've been able to go to sleep, keeping it 100 with you guys, is the Northern Lights. I'm going to turn on my massage chair and get myself a good back massage while I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I don't too much care for the high THC anyway. Okay, well, see, so if you find Northern Lights by Firelands in a lower tier one, I would try it, because that was one of my first strains, and it taught me a valuable lesson on day one, because I was so wrapped up and worried about getting something that was like high THC and all that kind of stuff, that I learned and found out that that didn't matter. That Northern Lights put me to sleep. No extras needed. I mean, I couldn't believe it was only 15%. I was like, this has got to be stronger than that, and it wasn't. So I mean, I've had stuff that's 12%, and I've been really surprised. I even tried something, guys, that was like 10% THC, like a hybrid CBD or something that had a little THC in it, but it was dominantly, it's like 25% CBD, and it blew my mind. You just had Northern Lights that was 27.6 from Galena's, and it was fire. Okay, Cassandra, where did you get that from? Because I want some. I have not seen Northern Lights at that high number, and I just got my days back. I had to do that, man. Can't be all stiff all the time. Yeah, I left. I forgot my glasses too, so luckily I'm sitting very close to the screen. I can read what you're saying. Okay, all right. So you said it seems like it's hard to find. I use it for insomnia. Okay, well I don't disagree there either. I mean, it doesn't always seem like it's available. And that's the thing. I run into that with everything. I got this straight sauce pen, and it's available. I can get the oil again, um, but it's only a half a gram, so I struggle with that. If I get a really good half a gram or something, I'm gonna use it. I like it. I don't need to burn it up in 2 or 3 days. I will take my time, because the goal is, the way that you don't run out and you don't burn out is to continuously have options. Now, just while I'm sitting here talking to you, just in my preview view, without me even reaching for flour, I have the cherry, purple pie oil. I have straight sauce oil. I have what's this one here? Kush OG Kush oil. I have some rosin. I've got some dab tabs. I have some straight sauce flour right here. And then I even have some keef that I harvested from all that. And this is all before I even reach down and say, well, what do I have down here? Because if I just had one canister of stuff to get me through, it would be gone. It would be gone. So build your medicine cabinet. I think that's what we should be calling it. I would love to hear what you guys have in your medicine cabinet these days. What's your favorite strains that you just have to have? I want to hear about it. So make sure when you get time, doesn't have to be now, think about it. Comment in the description. I will read your comments like I always do if I miss them. And tell me what you think is your best strain in the program right now. I'm dying to know. What's up, buddy? You seen the Northern Lights at Strawberry Fields Monroe? It lasted one day before they sold out. I better shut up talking about this shit then, because nobody will get it, man. If I keep telling everybody how great it is, then they'll buy it everywhere. Northern Lights is horrible. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. I'm just kidding. It's good. Hey, I'm just as surprised as you are, Tamiko. But I can tell you, I don't see the name Northern Lights often. Not in the flower form either. So I think I saw the Galenas had it, but the last thing I tried from Galenas was Dark Helmet, and it wasn't anything wrong with the bud. It was decent. The only thing I thought was it was popcorn buds, and I don't have a problem with them either. I just for my first time, I thought I was going to get a little bit better pack, and then they're still using the bag too. So Galenas, I would love to see you switch over to a container like this, I really would if you're out there watching me, because I'm a fan of your stuff, Galenas, but I'm not a fan of your package, your bag. I mean, and if you got to go with a bag, then you need to be looking at what Fargus is doing and get the bag with the window in it, so I can have my window view of what I'm getting ready to get. So I think that we need that. Okay, so 3796. I feel like this is like 021 Medical Marijuana Advisory Committee session. United States, that committee shall cease to exist on the date that it occurs 5 years and 30 days after the effective day of this act, 9th September 8/16. Now you had texted me about this earlier at Father Time, and I was trying to understand. It's like, for whatever reason I couldn't go back to your message, so I'm glad you reposted that again. So if we're reading it right, doesn't it seem like that they should be breaking up their little advisory board in 2021? If that's what the rule says, I mean, Father Time got the code right there. That's what I'm interpreting it, because 5 years from 2016 would be 2021. So if there's no government advisory board and we only have the patient advisory board, well, who's going to be running the program from the government side? Well, see, I'm glad you put this out there, Mr. Father Time 162 24/7. Because, see, there's so many things that are being modified, changed, broken, not being followed, whatever, that it's just hard for us to process every little rule. But this is an important one that you find here, sir. And I'm definitely going to do some homework on that, because I think that that is a very, very interesting there, that they have to end it in an act of September 8th, 2016. So that means September of next year, they don't get to have their advisory board if this rule is upheld. Wow. Something else I want to breaking news, you guys. Remember, there used to be a guy that was really helpful with people, with patients, and his name was Grant Miller. Some of you guys might have dealt with him, some of you may have not. But Grant Miller, I had a pleasure of meeting Grant Miller, and he was a very good worker at the pharmacy board. And when patients had troubles, uh, Grant Miller was the primary guy that was actually helping people. So thought he was going to be gone, but he decided to stay, and that's a blessing for us, because then that's somebody that we know cares about patients, and willing to help patients. I think that that's going to be a good positive thing. So I wanted to share that news with you, that he was back. If you know him, you understand how useful he's been as far as helping us get answers or just helping us resolve issues with our days. So welcome back, Mr. Grant Miller. If you get a chance to watch, because I did tell him about the channel, but they act like they're afraid to watch. It's the fringes, something. I don't know. Yeah, Robert. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they'll try to extend it under the emergency rules that they keep going by. So maybe they will do that. Maybe they won't. But that's very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and switch scenes over to what I just said I was going to do today, which is we're going to look at an OARRS report. And so this is my OARRS report, but I have screened out all of my personal information from it, so there is no concerns about you hacking my information and this information is a year old. So, but I am going to be able to show you what I got all the way back to the first time I got something, which I think is kind of cool in its way. But at least you have an understanding what a OARRS report is. But before I get into showing you the report, I'm gonna jump over to this other screen and we're gonna all read together what is OARRS. And this came straight from the state's website, so I like to get the most official answer. So here we go. Okay, as you can see here, this is this tiny print. I don't like that. Let's see, maybe I can make this bigger. Let me see, guys. Okay, I still think it's too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Hopefully the page is still here. And I'm just going to read it off where I can actually read it. You guys can look it up too. I'll put the link to where I got this from so you can read it about it. And it's their own little website. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get my Zoomer going here now, because now I can't see it even on my computer screen. Okay, what is OARRS? To address the growing misuse and diversion of prescription drugs, the state of Ohio Board of Pharmacy created Ohio's Prescription Drug Monitoring Program, PDMP, known as Ohio Automated RX Reporting System, OARRS. Established in 2006, OARRS collects information on all outpatient prescriptions for controlled substances and non-controlled substances, such as gabapentin. I wonder why they keep bringing that up. Dispensed by Ohio licensed pharmacies and personally furnished by Ohio prescribers. This data reported every 24 hours, and it's maintained in a secure database. Drug wholesalers are also required to submit information monthly on all controlled substances and gabapentin. I don't understand why they keep going in. We got to learn more about gabapentin, because why does it keep mentioning gabapentin? That's not really an opiate in my category. I mean, it's just a medicine they give you for arthritis. Okay, sold to an Ohio licensed pharmacy or prescriber. OARRS is a tool that can be used to address prescription drug diversion and abuse. It serves multiple functions, including patient care tool, drug epidemic early warning system, a drug diversion and insurance fraud investigation tool. As the only statewide electronic database that stores all controlled substance dispensing and personal furnishing information, OARRS helps prescribers and pharmacists avoid potentially life-threatening drug interactions, as well as identify individuals fraudulently obtaining controlled substances from multiple healthcare providers, and a practice commonly referred to as doctor shopping. It can be used by professional licensing boards to identify or investigate clinicians with patterns of inappropriate prescribing and dispensing, and assist law enforcement in case of controlled substance diversion. Starting November 27th, the Ohio Drug Court Program have access to OARRS to provide judges and court personnel with critical information regarding participants' use of controlled substances. So, man, that's a lot, man. This is my first time reading this all out loud. Um, hey, how you doing, Kim? I love lemon do myself. All right, so gabapentin nerve pill pain. They claim it can be addictive. It's funny, man. That pill ain't worth a nickel to me. That pain gabapentin is nothing. It's like taking a Tylenol to me. It does nothing for me. All these pharmaceuticals, most of them don't even have any effect on me. My body just automatically tells me no. This stuff is not good for you, and no matter what they tell you, it ain't gonna solve no problems. It's like you're trying to put some engine cleaner or leak sealer in your car to stop a leak, when the only way to really stop the leak is to fix the damn problem. You know, if you got a nail in your tire and you put a patch on it, that's only going to hold that tire temporarily. Eventually, you're going to have to really get down there and fix the tire or replace the tire. So, this is very interesting because, see, as long as our medical cannabis program is being associated with this program, I think we're always going to have concerns and problems, because so many people, as I read off in there, have access to this information. It's very strange that they would not separate this away from this, because if we're trying to get away from the drug debacle that they've got everybody in the world in, and just switch to plant medicine, which is cannabis is plant medicine, it should be a separate thing. I don't think it's right that this program is using this system to keep track of what we're doing, and then they don't. I mean, some doctors might let you go get your OARRS report, some might not, and so, and then some may decide to question you, like, why do you want it? What are you worried about? Somebody could turn the request right against you by making it seem like you're up to something nefarious, just because you want to know what the hell's on the report. What are they putting on there? What are they saying? Could be a mistake. The reason this is important, guys, is because me being one of the first patients in the program, I found mistakes in my OARRS report, and I can talk to you a little bit about how that happened, what happened, so you can understand why it's important that at some point in your life you obtain this report, so you can know what they've been putting in there. And you might find a mistake, you might not, but it's certainly worth looking into, and the cost is zero. So when you look at it from that standpoint, it doesn't cost you anything, and you're being able to see your own information and reconcile it with what you already know is to be correct. If it's not correct, then you have to challenge it. So I'm gonna move on over here to my OARRS report so you guys can see what it looks like. It's nothing spectacular. Okay, so I lost the chat window here. And this probably will not connect. I had this problem before with the chat window not working right for Facebook on that side. So I'm just gonna have to manually watch the comments on Facebook, guys, because I don't want to waste time trying to play with that like I did the last time. So this report you're looking at here, and I don't know how well. Let me look at my phone, see how bad this is how this looks. If you can't see it, then I'll have to do something else. Let me see. Okay, it's still rather tiny, so I'm gonna try to make it bigger. Hold on a second. Let's see. This particular screen is like, what happens is I have so many windows for these screens. It's hard to move them around sometimes. Okay, now what I mainly care about you guys being able to see is the purchases. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm showing you right here the purchases. Now this date right here, you see it says November 22, 2019. So let me get back to the actual document. And so this is the very beginning of me being a patient. And this first part right here, it's very bizarre, but you can see it has the dispensaries there. It tells you what type of tier it was, when it was written for. And you notice, you'll see like the November 22nd, then you see November 13th. And so what's weird to me about this report is the way it starts out. It's kind of like backwards is what I'm trying to get to. Like, in order for me to get to the beginning of the report, I have to scroll all the way to the bottom. And here's the beginning report. And so there's my field numbers, and then here's my first purchase here. Let me see if I can zoom this here. I believe I can. Okay, yes. So this is Wintersville's Presco Lab. So this is the CY. This is one of the first dispensaries. And then what I found out was right up in here, there is a dispensary missing. I actually had went to the Forest and the Botanist, and both of those were missing right here. And so I had to contact them and get it straightened out. I do believe even at one point that the Wintersville one was missing as well. So the reason I'm showing it to you again is so that you have an idea of what you're going to see when you get your report. See, and it's showing you all the dispensaries I went to and all their official business names. Some of them don't necessarily match what the name of the company is. Like you see here, this says Greenleaf Apothecaries LLC. I'm pretty sure this is the Botanist in Columbus. But notice up here, this one says Canton the Botanist. So it's kind of weird. And like I said, back, and then we look at the first purchase there. But I told you some are missing. So you see here, January 15, 2019, I got a 2.8. And it was at Wintersville, private payment. And then the next one up was Ohio Valley Natural Relief. That is where I bought my first Buckeye Relief purchase. But this purchase right here, guys, this one here, This is the Northern Lights that we're talking about. So this was the first time I bought the Northern Lights on January 15, 2019. But check this out, guys. Look at this. January 15th, I actually was buying stuff back in 1969, guys. So I've been buying from the dispensary since December 30th, 1969. And that time I only got a 1.0 unit instead of a 2.8 unit. So they sold me a gram that day. Let them tell the story, right? Isn't that something? But see these numbers here, 46 and 46 and 1 and 1. They probably just didn't know what the hell they were doing that day. But then you go up here, and then here's the key lime frappe. But you notice the other ones, they just say hybrid. So it's very disorganized data is what I'm trying to show you. Is that although a lot of people have access to the information, it is very disorganized. As far as, okay, Dreamcatcher, but I'm assuming the 20.88 is the percentage, but I'm not too sure. It's been so long I had to pull the bottle. But I certainly don't remember them even having 5.6 units in January. So that's a weird deal there. And see, this is actually telling you too how many days you took. So they took 3 days for this because this is obviously a tier 1. And then, you know, whatever this was a tier 2. So this was one of the strongest ones they had that day. On day 1, it was 25%. So that was only tier 2 you could buy at that time, was this. And I don't even know what it was because they're not showing me right here what it is. So I have no idea what it is. But Close Encounters, this was Buckeye Relief's Close Encounters, testing 21%. They still have this strain, believe it or not. That was a long time ago. Look at this. This is some blueberry, but I don't know from who, what company. I can't remember. And, you know, they've changed the names of these companies and the ownership so much, it's confusing to keep track who owns what. Then we got this tier 2. Look at that, another tier 2. Look at that one, guys. Back in March, 29%. We have no idea what that was. Okay. And then we get up here to tinctures. Look at that. 28 whole ounce right there in them tinctures. And then it took 4 days for that. But we don't get the milligrams or anything. So after I read to you what I read to you, how can a doctor or any healthcare provider use this system with medical marijuana to obtain the information they put in their little mission statement? It's just not possible because they're not giving the milligrams, they're not giving the terpene profile, they're not giving any useful information. All they're doing is tracking a sale. That's all this really does. And so this should be something that we should be able to log into ourselves and pull this right on up. That's the point I'm trying to make with showing you all this. This is kind of silly to me. Like, we can look at this all day long. We're not going to look at it all day, but I'm just scrolling through some more things. Here we go, Cresco cookies. Now, why is it telling me Cresco cookies, but then below it it's hybrid? Why aren't they all giving me the names? See, this doesn't make it useful for people in the program if they can't go back and look and see what they bought to figure out what the pattern is. What am I really liking? What is really working? Is the one I'm buying a lot of, that's the one that's really working. There's Papaya Punch. That is through Pure Ohio, but they don't tell us that there. They don't even bother to give us that information. Hybrid was a 16% THC. I don't know. Or what is 10-39-L? I have no idea, guys. So this is just kind of the gibberish that if you get your report, this is the gibberish you will receive. And now you have an understanding of what to expect when you look at it. And you will see that it is very, very poorly put together. It lacks a lot of specific data that may be useful to you. It does tell you, like here, this is interesting. A 5.6 tier 1 of Larry OG took 12 days. Wow, they robbed me, guys. They robbed me from 12 days here. For a tier 1, 5.6, that would have only been 4 days. But look at the mistake they made. Somebody put it in there as an ounce. But actually what I think happened here, thinking back to this, I think that I did buy an ounce of Larry OG. But the way this is worded is very misleading, right? Looks like they just charged you, a 5.6 for, you know what I'm saying. They should have put an X right there and put times however many units I bought. Because if you buy 5.6 units, that's going to be an ounce. And that's probably what I did. That was the first time I bought an ounce in the program. Right here, June 20th, 2019. Here we go, Sebastopol, the units here. It's just, like I said, it's chaos. Because nothing is consistent in this report. Nothing at all. The only thing I see that they keep doing is consistent is they put the date on the left-hand side. And your doctor's name in there. But the rest of this stuff, we might get the information here. Peanut butter and chocolate, we might not. So, and we're still in July of last year, by the way. Look at that. Wasn't somebody just talking about lemon do-si-dos? I told you, I've tried every damn thing. And I don't even know which grower that was, because I think at the time, Buckeye Relief had lemon do-si-dos, but also I think Grow Ohio had a lemon do-si-dos too. I can't remember for sure. But look at the percentage. If that's the percentage, guys, it's only 15%. That can't be right? Look at that. Gibsonburg Blue, Tier 2. Member OG. These are all the ones you guys talk about. There's another Larry coming up. See, look at that. 3 days. It's Tier 1. See, so there's no way to determine whether they put a 5.6 there. So they're saying I bought a 5.6. It was a 5.6, and it took 3 days. But when we go back to the other one, where did it go? Well, they're showing me I bought a whole ounce there. And so because it was Tier 1, it took 12 days. But the part you guys should focus on, that's why I had to go back to it, make sure I wasn't losing my mind, is that I bought 5.6 units. That equaled 28.3 grams. Since it was all the same flour, I only burned 12 days because it was Tier 1. Now, this would have been a Tier 2, Larry. This would have been 18 days. So when you shop, if you're going to buy 5.6s, you better be buying 5 of them. Don't just buy 1 or 2. Buy 5 of the same one. Save days, especially if it's Tier 1. Just find something that's on the end, like 22.9, 22.5, right at the end of the threshold. That's what I would recommend. All right, so I've looked at that. We went over that. So I'm coming back on here to talk to you guys. Yeah, we'll see. Hold on, let me get on my other screen here, Robert. Oops. Almost thought we was going to be on the other thing. So remember, the report is designed for opiates and drugs and gabapentin. It was not designed for cannabis. So all they did was add a new tab to it, and that's what they did. That's all they did. I mean, there's no difference to it. They just added a tab in there and said, there we go, boom. And so I don't know why they did that, but they did that, man. And like I said, of course you're not going to see an overdose score, because there is no overdose score for cannabis. It's in one of their instructional newsletters that they got sent out. All the doctors and fighters got a newsletter about this medical cannabis, guys. And they were specifically told that usage of medical cannabis cannot count against a person's NARNIC score, is what they call it. Or, like he said, overdose score. And I actually have the document that says that. I have to dig through my archives, but if you want to check it out, I'll look it up for you guys. But yeah, I have the document that they sent the doctors. They told them very clearly that medical cannabis doesn't affect the patient's overdose score. So, doctors telling you that, just remind them they got a newsletter they sent out to you back in 2019 that told you that that's not the case. But yeah, so that's it. That's the way that's the thing about these reports, is that, it's good to have them. Another way to keep track is just to keep all your labels. You can throw your containers away, but keeping your labels or scanning them in and having a file on that, or even if you're creative, like some folks I know, make you a spreadsheet and you can put everything in there, and then you can always use that to keep track of what's good and what's bad. That's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to try to build the medical cannabis database archive or something like that, where I just input every strain that I've tried, all the containers here, just input the data from every last one of those guys, and see if I can come up with some kind of database archive, and see if I can tie pictures to it, because I took pictures of just about everything I bought in the program. So I think I could have it really slick, where I could have kind of like our own Leafy, but it's specific to Ohio. It's an interesting project to try to take on, but it's a lot of data entry, and data entry gives me a headache. So I don't like data entry at all. Well, before I go for the Friday, should I go with flower or should I go with dabs? What do you think? Should I do some rosins or should I do some flowers? Yeah, I see that you guys are somewhat there on Facebook. I don't know why the comments are not showing up. I really got to get with these people, because the comments ain't been showing up right for a while. And every time because Kim is in here, Cassandra's in here. Okay, so I know you guys are in here. Weird. Super weird. Yeah, it's weird. Then I type hello in there, it pops right up. See, used to just keep our conversation from one scene to another, and now it's not doing that. And I'll have to figure out if there's a setting. Maybe I'm just not having something set right, and that could be the issue. So I'm gonna work on it. Do another test video over the weekend. We'll play with it and see how it's working. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to figure this out on my own. You guys didn't give me an answer, man. I wanted to know, should I go with the flowers or should I go with the rosin? I haven't done any rosin in my packs in quite some time. Cleaning out my chambers now. I'm getting ready for whatever you guys recommend I do. Let's see. Flower for me. Okay. Anybody on Facebook still there? I see a few items are missing on here. LOL. On what? What's missing on what? What you look? Rosin. Okay, rosin man. Don't you know I want to make my own show? The Rosin Man. A show that just talks nothing else but Rosin Man. Don't you steal my idea, Facebook and YouTube. Coming soon. Rosin Man. Don't you get me started, man. I got enough shows as it is. But it's coming soon. The Rosin Man. Okay, you said flower. Okay, it's 2 for flower and 1 for concentrate. Oh, snap. We got a contest now. Who will it be? All right, we need 1 more vote. Well, no. Yeah, well, see, we have 1 more vote, then it's going to be a tie. But right now, I got flower, man. So, looks like it's going to be flower. All right, so from my flower choices, I have garlic cookies, layer cake, or Mac 1. Yeah, I think. Oh no! Wait a minute. What am I saying? I have Motor Breath by Pharmacan, and I have Darth Bar by Bullseye. What are they called again? Wow, brain freeze, guys. Farkas Farms. Sorry about that, Farkas. So yeah, these are my 2 new ones. Everything else is old stuff. So, but both of these are really good. You said garlic cookies because you want some and they ain't got none. Well, that ain't fair. I ain't trying to be like that. Mac 1. I've looked at it recently. Yeah, let's just say it's here in my house. It is here. Yeah. The Mac One by Clutch. So you'll eventually see a video on that, I'm sure. She said garlic cookies, man. Now, I had to put the garlic cookies in the other jar because that box wasn't preserving my terps like I wanted to. So, and I'm low on this, Cassandra. So don't feel bad. This is it. This is all I got. It's these 2 little nugs. That's it. All right. So we're going with the flour. I'm going to miss you, Mr. Garlic Cookies. I'm going to grind up 1 whole bud. This is the one that's going in. And this we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. You said you just had some, but it's gone. I know. It seemed like it goes so quick, man. I can't even really savor it. I even bought a half ounce one time, and it was like that's all I wanted to hit. Man, I need some more garlic cookies. I just hit it too much. I mean, I had other stuff, and I just got so carried away with it that before I knew it, it was gone. It was gone with the wind. And I think all of them should be using a jar at this point, or even a plastic container would probably be cost efficient, easier to work with. But with these bags, there's the pros and the cons. Obviously, as far as keeping everything airtight, the bags might be a little bit better on that. But and then, like I said, now we got these bags talking about they got terpene lock in them and all that. And I like that. I might have to rethink my opinion of bags. If the bag has got terpene lock in it, that sounds like something I need. Terp locks. Keep my stuff fresh. But from a person that has arthritis like me, and has pain in his hands all the time, trying to open them bags without the proper utensils can really be quite frustrating. So that's the setback with the bag, with the jar. It's a lot of glass laying around here. I mean, it seems like we need to be able to do something positive with that, man. I mean, instead of just letting it go to waste. What's up, Juice? The juice is loose. The juice is loose, man. What you medicating on, Mr. Juice? I'm about to do some garlic cookies. Just cleaned out my packs so I can get that fresh flavor, that flavor of champion. Shit. Come on. All right. So, getting it ready here. What's everybody having for dinner tonight, Friday night? Sweetie's live resin, man. See, that's why I need to get me some. You just make me want to go buy some concentrate. You just talk like that. Another brother of mine was telling me that he liked that. Said it was good. What's the THC on that? I mean, the milligrams on it, Juice. Yeah, when I load my packs, I use a funnel. I don't know if I ever showed y'all that. When I load it, I load it, put the material in there, and then I have this little, and I just pack it in there ever so gently. And I don't pack it too tight. Then I have perfect airflow. That's why you see me just papering up. Watch my packs be low on power. No, I have 3 bars. Okay. Just picked up pizza for the fam. Oh, okay. What is it? Is it homemade pizza you gotta make, or is it one you got from a place like a restaurant or something? Hey, Juice, I want the numbers on that Sweeties, man. It got me wanting it. Was it the whole gram on that Sweeties? Cassandra gonna have me over here medicated, over here hitting this garlic cookie in the middle of the day. You know it's an indica, Miss Cassandra. Yeah. Belleville's Pizzeria, and oh, it's a local place. How expensive is pizza at the pizzeria? Makes me feel like I'm in Italy. Pizzeria, pizza. That's when you said the little Sears commercial go, pizza. Those were the days. You said you jealous. Stop it. You started it. You the one that told me to try it. I should have used it. I could have went with something else. But I know there's still some more out there, Miss Cassandra. Actually, I do believe that the garlic cookies was pretty plentiful this round. They had a lot. 2 largest for 20. Okay, that ain't too bad. How many toppings do you get? Just one pepperoni? So like $10 a piece. Man, you're making me want some pizza. But tonight we were having fried chicken from Giant Eagle. It's actually not that bad. Okay, thank you, Juice. 590 milligram, 0.9. Okay, yeah, they've been 0.9 in this for a while, so I'm not surprised. But I know Firelands Scientific's 1 gram cartridges have returned. I have seen them, and they were under $80. But with tax, they probably were 80. But they are back. They have like 4 different flavors that I think I might have to break down and try one, because I actually haven't bought a 1 gram cart in the program yet. So I would love to do a review on that, because everything I've been getting has been a half a gram. And I want some 1 grammers. Can't wait for them to be like they are in Michigan when they're 400. Then everybody will really be happy. But if I'm getting something that's a little bit higher quality, I don't mind paying a couple extra dollars for it. If it's better, it's better. Like, I'm totally comfortable with what I paid for this because of the label that they gave so much information and the effects. I will totally rebuy this 1937 deal again. See, that's how I gauge it. If I want to buy it again, and I've already made up my mind that I am going to buy it again, then I know it's a winner for me. But it doesn't mean it's going to be a winner for you. You may not like it. I feel like there's a lot of strains that a lot of patients seem to like that I like too. I mean, all the cookies. We all like cookie stuff. Is it because of the name, or is it because of the effects? I can't quite figure it out. I mean, I love saying layer cake. I like the way it rolls off my tongue, layer cake. But it is extremely hard to come by because now everybody is saying layer cake, and then it's gone. Yeah, eating out, it's kind of like, on the lunch maybe, but on the dinner, it has not been a good experience since the pandemic. So I haven't been doing a lot I'm definitely not doing no restaurant. You can forget that. Now what I will do periodically is go over to Old Charlie's and get the little chicken strips and mashed potatoes. Seems like that's a pretty simple dish to make. Get a little steamed broccoli with it. So I think that makes sense. You know what I mean? So, something else, I'm really picky about what grocery stores I shop at as well. Like, my girlfriend, she'll shop at all of them, but me, I'm only going to Giant Eagle. I have to go in Kroger's to get my prescription, but I've been going to the same Kroger's for 16 years. So I don't want to change. I already tried to change one time and it was a disaster. So no more. I had to stay with the one there until they shut it down. And, that's frustrating, but everybody's going to have their own different things going on. But yeah, that was my cue that I got to go ahead and wrap it up with you guys today. My girlfriend says bye-bye. But anyway, I will be back on Monday. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Make sure you share the video and get your friends to watch it so they can learn the information that I put out there. I know a lot of patients don't watch this live because they're busy in life, and I can understand that. And I know a lot of you guys are watching me on the replay, so I do appreciate the replays. Again, if I'm doing the right thing, then hit the like button. If I'm not, tell me how I can do better. Just send me an email at OhioCannabisLive@gmail.com. If you need help, the Patient Advisory Board is up and running. So we still got some things to do to get ourselves more organized. If you want to join the Patient Advisory Board, we are still accepting new members. All members are voted in by the core members of the board. Those are the people that help found the board. So if you're interested, the application is on our website. And, we're trying to make sure we get everybody an opportunity to participate and be involved in making positive changes in our program. So with that, I'm going to show you guys my new ending that I just made right before the show started. And then I will see you guys later. Maybe I'll get a review in over the weekend. If not, I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.
Another mastermind hit.